Dr. Y. Sarada, Professor, Department of Mathematics, Anna University. Her area of specialization is applied probability and stochastic modeling. She has about 25 research publications in national and international journals. She has guided students for research projects. She has delivered lectures in her area of specialization in many institutions.
Welcome to the UGC lecture series on reliability theory. In the last session, we looked into the parallel systems, the series systems, and we looked into the models while obtaining the system reliability and the mean time to failure. In the present session, we will again look into the parallel system with a few more examples, and the standby system. We will look into the reliability of a system under preventive maintenance, while also looking into the corrective maintenance to obtain the mean time to repair for a system, and finally look into the age replacement policy. For a two component system in parallel, we have the constant failure rate model, then Rs of t is equal to 1 minus of, we said it will be 1 minus R1 of t. So, for a constant failure rate model, when the component has a constant failure rate, say lambda 1, then the reliability is e power minus lambda 1 into t. So, 1 minus R1 is 1 minus of e power minus lambda 1 into t into 1 minus R2. So, it will be 1 minus e power minus lambda 2 into t. Now, this can be simplified as finding the product, expanding the product rather, 1 minus 1 and then plus e power minus lambda 1 into t plus e power minus lambda 2 into t minus of e power minus of lambda 1 plus lambda 2 into t. So, this one gets cancelled. So, we would finally have R s of t equal to e power minus lambda 1 into t plus e power minus lambda 2 into t minus of e power minus lambda 1 plus lambda 2 into t. Now, based on this, the mean time to failure, that is MTTF, is given by, as we already have seen this, the definition is integral 0 to infinity R s of t dt. So, this is again given by integral, in this case 0 to infinity. Substitute this expression we have got for the Rs of t in this constant failure rate case. So, it will be e power minus lambda 1 t. I am splitting this integral. So, or first write it as e power minus lambda 1 t plus e power minus lambda 2 t minus of e power minus lambda 1 plus lambda 2 into t dt. So, split this integral. So, this is integral 0 to infinity e power minus lambda 1 t dt plus integral 0 to infinity e power minus lambda 2 t dt minus integral 0 to infinity e power minus of lambda 1 plus lambda 2 into t dt. After integration, we would be getting it as, this is nothing but equal to 1 by lambda 1 plus 1 by lambda 2 minus 1 by lambda 1 plus lambda 2. So, this will be the mean time to failure for a 2 component system in the parallel connection and having a constant failure rate. Next, we will see the standby systems, in which there are 3 types of standby systems: hot standby, warm standby and cold standby systems. Particularly in the hot standby case, it deals with the redundant components which are very active. So, to say that the failure rate of the system is the same as that of the components which are active, that is, components which are working. So, this is the description of a hot standby system. A cold standby system does not fail while in the standby condition, and the failure rate of a cold standby system will be 0, because it does not fail while in that standby condition. Next, the warm standby system, in this case the inactive components have a failure rate between 0 and the failure rate of active components. The cold standby systems and the hot standby systems are the extreme cases, and these components, when they are not active, that means they fail in the standby condition, and which, so to say that this corresponds to the dormant failure case. As we observed earlier, examples could be the spare light bulb in an overhead projector, and the warm standby case we have the power plants as an example, and they have at least one extra generating unit spinning so that it can be switched into full operation quickly when needed. Next, we get into the concept of preventive maintenance. In the case of complex systems, namely particularly in a multi-component system where there are many components in use, so the system failure will depend on the number of components in use. Hence, it is important that the preventive maintenance is employed in the analysis of such complex systems. Basically, the complex systems will have increased reliability when the preventive maintenance is employed. This can be often achieved through the preventive maintenance, which can be performed at periodical instance of time. And such a preventive maintenance program will reduce the effects of aging and wear out, which would again have an impact on the life of the system. There will be definitely an improvement in the system reliability when the preventive maintenance is used in the analysis of such deteriorating systems, or in general any system which is subject to aging and wear out. As the system deteriorates day by day, the system is subject to failures. Hence, preventive maintenance particularly becomes utmost important to maintain such systems, or in particular to discuss the reliability of such deteriorating systems in particular. So, thus when the system can be restored to its original condition after a PM, we can write R m of t equal to R of t whenever 0 less than or equal to t less than capital T, and R m of t can be again written as capital R of t into capital R of t minus capital T when t less than or equal to t less than 2t. So, in this way, continuing, we can write in general, we can generalize this. So, here we had written for 2 periods. In general, Rm of t takes the form of R of capital T whole power n into R of t minus n into capital T, where nt less than or equal to t less than n plus 1 into capital T, where n equal to 0, 1, 2 and so on. Similarly, now we are equipped to write the mean time to failure. So, which is again written as integral 0 to infinity R m of t dt. This is by definition. So, again I leave it to you as an exercise to find the mean time to failure using this formula and show that this is equal to integral 0 to t capital R of t dt divided by 1 minus of R of capital T. So, with this we will pass on to an example. For a constant failure rate model, R of t we know that it is given by e power minus lambda t, constant failure rate exponential distribution. So, using this generalized formula, I can get the reliability of a system with preventive maintenance Rm of t written as e power minus lambda t the whole power n into e power minus lambda times t minus nt. Remember the formula we got in this slide. So, Rm of t for n period. So, we have R of t power n into R of t minus nt. Same formula we are using for the exponential distribution or the system with constant failure rate as given here. So, this is further written as e power minus lambda n into t e power minus lambda t into e power lambda n into capital T. So, once again we have these two getting cancelled. This is simply e power minus lambda t and this is nothing but R of t. So, you see that for an exponential failure distribution model, that is the constant failure rate model, we have Rm of t equal to R of t. So, this is the result we get for a. So, this is indicative that the memoryless property of the exponential distribution has been illustrated here. That is a constant failure rate, the preventive maintenance has no effect. This is very important. Preventive maintenance has no effect when the system has a constant failure rate, that is forgets that it has been in use for such a long time. Now, in the case of the failure distribution being viable distribution, we can write Rm of t, that is the system reliability with preventive maintenance, as e power minus of n into t by theta whole power beta into e power minus of t minus n into t by theta the whole power beta, where n into capital T is less than or equal to t, which is less than or equal to n plus 1 into t, and this n can be 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. It depends on the time horizon what is required in a particular model. An example, a compressor has a viable failure process with the beta equal to 2 and theta equal to 100 days. Assuming a 20-day preventive maintenance program, obtain the reliability for the system. So, again what we have been asked is, it is the with a preventive maintenance program PM, and what is the T? T is 20-day program. So, 20-day PM program meaning given information is T equal to 20 days. So, the beta parameter is given as 2 and theta is 100. So, we can write Rm of T using the previous expression as e power minus 20 by 100 the whole square. Here it should be e power minus 20 by 100 the whole square into n, n is there. We have e power minus n into t by theta power beta. So, using this formula we should write this as e power minus n into 20 by 100 the whole square into e power minus of t minus 20 into n by 100 the whole square, where 20n is less than or equal to t, which is less than or equal to 20 into n plus 1. So, using this formula we are able to write the system reliability for a system with the variable failure distribution with preventive maintenance. So, you have a general formula, we can write the system reliability with preventive maintenance for any such system. Next important aspect in dealing with reliability of systems, deteriorating systems in particular, is the corrective maintenance. Whenever a system fails, it enters the process of repair. So, the maintenance can be a perfect repair, which says that the system is restored to a new condition, or it can be a minimal repair which is prevalent in the literature, namely the system can be restored to a condition it was in just prior to failure, or a general repair where a system can be in any of these intermediate state after repair, namely either it can be as good as new condition, or the other extreme is the failure rate is that of the system when it failed, or the functioning condition it was in just prior to failure. So, these two are in the literature these types of repairs are referred to as a perfect repair and a minimal repair. The intermediate level of repair is what is referred to as a general repair. So, all these come into play when you have a system to be failed. So, it enters the repair process. So, in order to quantify this maintainability, repair time distributions come into play, because the repair times are treated as random variables, and this is because with repeated repairs the repair times are different. With each type of repair it is different because the failure modes are different. So, in this sense the corrective maintenance comes into play while talking about reliability for systems which are subject to deterioration or aging or wear out. Now, I said repair times can be treated as random variables. Let us assume that capital T is a random variable which is descriptive of the time to repair a failed system or a unit. So, once you have a random variable, as a consequence of that we talk about the probability density function for a random variable T and also the cumulative distribution for a random variable T. So, in this case we have the mean time to repair is given by integral 0 to infinity T into g of t dt, or this is same as writing integral 0 to infinity g bar of t dt, where this g bar of t is nothing but the survival probability or 1 minus g of t, the cumulative distribution function of a system, of the repair in particular for a system. We will see an example. Consider the time to repair for a failed widget to have a PDF or the probability density function to be g of t, which is 0.08333 into t, where this t lies between the interval 1 and 5. In fact, it is 1 less than or equal to t less than or equal to 5. So, t belongs to the interval 1 comma 5. The question is to find what is the mean time to repair, MTTR. This MTTR is given by definition, because probability density function is given. This can be written as integral 0 to infinity t into g of t dt. This is by definition. But then here you have, in this case, mean time to repair takes the form integral, instead of 0 to infinity it is 1 to 5 t into 0.08333 t into dt. So, this becomes, after integration, 0.08333 can be taken out. So, this is integral t square dt, limits are between 1 and 5. So, it becomes t cube by 3 and limits are between 1 to 5. So, accordingly you have to write it as 0.8333 into 5 cube minus 1 cube by 3. So, this becomes 0.08333 into 125 minus 1, which is 124 by 3. So, this becomes another constant. So, this is definitely going to be a constant. So, in this way we can compute the mean time to repair. So, the last section in this is the age replacement policy. So, in the age replacement policy, we consider a system which is always replaced at failure or at an age t. When I say the age t, we always assume that the system can be replaced at failure or whenever the working age of the system reaches t. So, in this fashion we have the actual lifetimes becoming the IAD random variables. What is IAD here? They are independent and identically distributed random variables. So far what we have done in this session is, we have looked into a few more examples on parallel systems, and then we just looked into the descriptions and various types of standby systems, followed by we looked into the maintainability, namely in particular the preventive maintenance and corrective maintenance, and now age replacement. Using the age replacement policy, one can bring into the analysis the cost considerations that are adopted in analyzing the systems, and accordingly the reliability can be brought into picture, and an optimal replacement time can be obtained for systems in such cases. Exercise problems. Two parallel, identical and independent components have constant failure rates. If it is desired that RS of 1000 equal to 0.95, namely the system reliability is 0.95 when the time duration is 1000, then find the component and the system mean time to failure. Next, the time to repair a power generator is described by the following PDF, namely g of t equal to t square by 333, where t lies between 1 and 10. The question is, determine the probability that a repair will be completed in 6 hours, and also what is the MTTR, namely we have to find what is the mean time to repair. As observed before, you have the PDF. So, we have to determine what is the probability that a repair will be completed in 6 hours, and for that you have to use the probability density function. So, with t equal to 6 hours, and then what is the mean time to repair. So, use the formula for finding the mean time to repair as integral 0 to infinity t into g of t dt. Substitute what g of t is given as here, and the integral in general is 0 to infinity, but in this case t is restricted between 1 and 10. So, the formula will become integral 1 to 10 t into g of t dt. So, in this fashion you can find MTTR, namely the mean time to repair. Thank you.